Hi Flosstube, I'm Laura and I'm the Curry Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch. If you're returning, thank you for stopping by and for commenting. If you comment, I love it when you do comment. But thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel and you like what you see, please subscribe and like my video and hit the little bell for notifications when I post my next video. So I thought I would answer 3 more of the Know Your Needleworker tag questions. I'm going to try and be real brief this time. This is the second or third time I've recorded, so I get a little chatty. So anyway, we left off with what is your favorite TV show? My favorite TV show is an old one. It's Gilmore Girls and Frasier. Those are my 2 favorites. I think they're funny. I think they're sweet. I like Marty, Frasier's father, bringing his old recliner into Frasier's penthouse apartment that's beautifully decorated, and he brings his recliner with duct tape on it. And anyway, I just like how Niles and Frasier, the brothers, are proper and everything, and their dad is more down-to-earth ex-policeman, and it's just funny interaction. And in Gilmore Girls, I love the character Rory. She reminds me of my daughter, because both my daughter and her are very, very smart, so I can relate to that. And I like the town, Stars Hollow, all the community events, and how grouchy Luke is, but yet he still participates in so much stuff. So, and he's always at the town meeting. So those are my 2 favorite shows. So what is your favorite music? I like contemporary Christian music. When I was younger, lyrics didn't really matter to me, but the music did, and I grew up with an older brother, so I listened to a lot of rock and roll and that kind of thing, and I love it. I love the music. I love, a lot of talent in that. And there's a lot of good memories associated with some music that I'm like going, when I listen to it now, I go, those lyrics aren't that great. But in the past, if I liked the music, it could outweigh the lyrics. But as the older I am, the more I've decided, no, I really want to listen to positive, upbeat, uplifting kind of music. So, contemporary Christian. What is your favorite book? Okay, this one I'm kind of embarrassed to answer because I don't read much. I used to read a lot of junk. I used to read stuff, just to spend some time at the beach, so you pick out a paperback romance novel and that kind of stuff. I used to read that stuff. I also would read historical fiction, that kind of thing, but I would never choose to do that now. My favorite book that really left an impression on me was Jane Eyre. She was so rejected and she had such a hard life, but she maintained her identity, and she always believed she was worth something no matter what anybody said about her, and I just loved her spirit. And so Jane Eyre is my favorite book. When I was Googling, I could remember feeling that way about Jane Eyre, but I couldn't remember why. I couldn't remember any quotes or anything like that. So I started Googling to see what were some of the most famous, most loved quotes. And the one I picked out is, "There is no happiness like that of being loved by your fellow creatures and feeling that your presence is an addition to their comfort." Okay, I think her character was so selfless in that she wanted to be loved, but not for herself. She was happy when other people were happy to be around her. So I just thought, that's the truth. And that's the way my husband treats me. He's always happy to see me. And I'm always amazed that when I come home, it's not what's for dinner, or, I mean, I'm not saying he never asks me what's for dinner the first thing, but he is very concerned about my day, and he's always happy to see me. I never come home and he's not smiling. Even if he's had a bad day, he's happy to see me. So I add to his comfort, and he lets me know that. So that's why I like that quote. Okay, that's all the Know Your Needleworker questions that I want to answer. And so what I want to show you is my progress this week. It's not a ton of progress, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to trim it down a lot because I did most of that talking. So anyway, this is the Sue Hillis Designs The Most Wonderful Feet. And this is where I am. I thought I was going to be further along on this than I am. I'm trying to see what you're seeing. I've backstitched the U. I've got to backstitch the L in the turkey. And as I was looking at it, I noticed I was missing a leaf right here. I'll show the pattern to you. Missing that leaf. So I'm going to need to stitch that and backstitch it. And then it'll be FO'd. And I hope to have it FFO'd by the next video. I have some ideas, but I never know what's going to come up during the week. And so, like I said, I didn't get a ton of stitching done, so I just want to quickly show you what I've done. Okay, so I'm working on Silver Creek Samplers, my Christmas list. And so I finished wrapping presents, and then I got gingerbread in, and the gingerbread in. So by next week, I hope to have hang your stocking and the stockings and the 2 gingerbread. That might be a little ambitious, but I'm hoping to have that done by next week. And then I think I can safely say I'm 3/4 of the way done. So I'm really hoping that I get that finished by Christmas. And not just finished, FFO'd. Another thing I've done this week that has taken a little time away from my stitching is I pulled out my fall decor boxes, and I have started to decorate. So I have toned it down a lot because I want it to be mostly cross stitch and not just knickknacks. And although I have knickknacks, I have a 3-tiered tray, but anything I can replace with cross stitching, I'm gonna do. Java Girl Stitches, I'll link her channel below, but she did a Halloween tour, and her house is amazing. It was beautiful, and I would like for my house to be covered up in stitching like hers. So I wanted to show you my haul. See if I can get that. There's two little reindeer with jingle bells around their neck, and I love the candy cane border. Just very vintagey looking. This needle minder will go on my Christmas list. Hold it. It's hard to hold it still enough for y'all. This one I'm going to put on any Thanksgiving stitches that I do. Like, I'm going to put it on my It's the Most Wonderful Feast, and then I'm going to use it on Autumn Whimsies. I think I'm going to, when I finish It's the Most Wonderful Feast, use this on any Thanksgiving project. Vintagey looking pilgrim lady. Love them. And where I got these is from Robin at Magnolia Baby Creates on Etsy. She and I are Instagram friends, and she's just so sweet. Her card has Jeremiah 29:11. That verse has meant so much to me. She also sent some tea and some 321 DMC floss, the perfect Christmas red. So thank you, Robin, so much for that. Appreciate it. I'll enjoy that tea. I'm a tea drinker. So another thing that took up, I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself and not my camera. Another thing that took up some time this week was my husband got tickets to the Atlanta Braves St. Louis Game 5 matchup. I don't know what you would call it, but I mean, they were Eastern Division champions, and so this is the shirt I got, and the reason I got this shirt is all the players' names on the back and the manager. And I knew when I saw this shirt, I knew that was the souvenir I wanted, because you know, my husband sits and watches sports, and I sit in my chair and stitch, and I know all these players because it just, you know, you hear it over and over and over again, and I just love the Braves. Anyway, so we went to that game, and it was a train wreck. The Braves lost. I think it was 13-1, and we were down 10 runs in the first inning. I thought that inning was never going to end, but because I love the Braves, I love all those guys, I was just heartbroken for them. You know, it wasn't me out on the field giving it my all, or, you know, feeling like, what happened? You know, I didn't have as much invested in that, but I did care about them. I did not want them to lose so badly. You know, I didn't want any of the Braves fans around me to get up and leave in case I don't know what an athlete feels, but I'm like going, no, y'all stick it out. Do not abandon them. Stick this out to the last inning, because I can't imagine what it feels like to be trying so hard and in public, not do well, just have a lousy game. So anyway, I was disappointed for them. I really was. But we had a great time. We got to see some old and crusty baseball memorabilia. So we had a real good time. And I got to pop in on my grandchildren for a few minutes on the way to the game, and also on the way home. And on the way home, I saw my granddaughter, and she was so sick, and I thought, oh no, this is bad. And I already was, the game, it was bad. And then my granddaughter was sick, and I was just really concerned about her, but she was over it within hours. She was feeling better. They kept her out of school the next day, but then she went right back on Friday. So, we had an overall good day, but a few little bumps in the road. Wednesday was eventful. So, and then Friday, I did not stitch again because my mom and I went shopping, and we were looking for dresses, and I don't know what the deal is with dresses, but they're really not made for more mature women. That's being kind. Old women like myself and my mother, we don't want sleeveless. We don't, and they have tons of sundresses in the summer that we're not real interested in. And but my mom, she wants a dress so bad, and so we wore ourselves out looking for that. But we did find tennis shoes. They still make tennis shoes. So, but Friday was. We purchased one thing, but we spent all day shopping, and we wore ourselves out. But we did have a good day in that we ate at Cracker Barrel together, and we had some delicious fall dessert, pecan, like bread pudding, praline bread pudding, and it had a lot of pecans and caramel drizzle on the ice cream. It was delicious. So we had a good day. But that's what I've been up to this week. So not much. I will either post at the end of my video next week, or I may come back in between and show you the few decorations I have put out. The next thing I want to mention is I watched a new Flosstuber. I think she's only done one video, so I don't know if she'll ever do another one, but I really enjoyed her. And if she sees this, I would like to encourage her that I enjoyed her video. I enjoyed getting to know her. I feel like I got to know her. I think we would be friends if we met. She's from Texas. She's a mom. She's been married, I think she said 30 years. And she has 5 children. And there's a set of twin girls in there. And she has one at home, still at home. I think he's in high school. And she's been a quilter for a long time, but a cross stitcher for just since December. And she's just, her projects are really cute. She doesn't have a ton of stitching either, but cross stitching takes time. So But the more you love it, the more you're going to want to stitch. And if you're doing Flosstube, you really want to stitch so you can have something to show and talk about. But anyway, she's delightful. I loved her. She's a math teacher, and she had a t-shirt that said, "Calculus is my jam." She said she was very analytical, and that's, I can relate to her. She was very comfortable, though. I felt like she was very comfortable doing her videos, so I enjoyed it so much. So that's the Calculated Stitcher, and I'm going to put a link in the bottom, in the description box, so y'all can go check her out. And this week, I want to ask a question of people that are willing to comment, you know, that feel like they want to comment. My question is, who is your biggest stitching supporter? And it can be a family member, or it can be a non-family member. I'm interested to know how many family members really understand. I know we as stitchers support each other a lot, because we know what it's like to, you know, to love the fabric or not love the fabric so much, or wish we had it sprung for the fancy floss when we were, you know, but we settled for DMC, or that wish we had it done DMC because there wasn't that much variegation in the fancy floss. Anyway, there's a lot of things that go into stitching, and I know stitching styles are different. Like, you know, some people are into samplers, some people are into cute stuff, people are into both, you know, but we appreciate all of it because we know it's time spent, and it's well thought out, and it's, you know, like we can listen to each other say, I don't like this about it, but I love this part of it. And I mean, we can listen, and we can truly mean it when we say, oh, I love that. When I'm going through Instagram and I'm hitting, you know, the heart button, and I'm saying, oh, I love that, or, you know, this needs to go on my wish list, and that kind of stuff. It is truly, it is not meant, it's not insincere in any way. It is truly from the bottom of my heart. I love seeing what other stitchers are working on. So I would say my greatest stitching supporters are fellow stitchers. So I want to know, like, is there a person? Is there one person? Is there two? Is it a group? You know, where do you get your encouragement and support from? Right, this video has gone about 25 minutes. I thought it was going to be a lot quicker than that. So I'm just going to say goodbye, and y'all have a happy stitching week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.